You talk
Cool.
to it?
Yes, it's easier. So here we are at Clos du Gravillas. I'm talking to John. Good morning here.
Good morning.
In the heart of the Minervois, in Saint-Jean-de-Minervois, which is, well, I've landed on the moon this morning, I think.
Yeah.
So we do our 5 questions in 5 minutes. So it's very snappy and nice, and just to get a good introduction of Clos du Gravillas and your wines. So John, tell me, where did your passion for wine start?
In Saint-Jean-de-Minervois.
Over here.
Here.
Okay.
Here.
And how long ago was that then?
That was 25 years ago.
That long already. So you're longer in France than
Anywhere else?
Yeah, anywhere else.
Yeah.
So,
I've been in France for 30 years.
cool. So talking about grape varieties, because you have a big range of varietals planted here and coming back into your wines. What is the most challenging varietal for you to work with? That might be in the cellar or in the vineyard or.
Well, we've been working with Carignan since
Yeah.
the beginning, and it's not the most difficult, but it's the one which every year we have to go back and look at and smell and listen to. Other things we figured out how to do pretty well. The whites that we've been doing since a long time.
And challenging in what way? That you need to listen to it and
Well,
treat it differently every year, or
it seems to be the one that we have the most challenges for fermentation, for finishing. You have to really pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Whereas the other ones just take care of themselves. I mean, what's been most interesting in the last 2-3 years, we're now doing Picpoul Gris and Carignan Blanc. Those are new challenges. So we have to really try to understand what.
it will take some time to understand that. So let's say, yeah.
But they work pretty well. And then the Muscats for the orange wines, they pretty straightforward as well.
Yeah.
But the Carignan every year is different.
Okay. So talk about wine and food. If you could take any bottle tonight, not from Languedoc, not from your range, what would you take to drink for tonight? What do you think?
I think a nice Romanée-Conti with a couple of years. I've never tasted wines like that.
Yeah.
Never. I mean, we've done the rounds of Languedoc, Roussillon, and other parts of France, but.
So we'll come back to that later. So
big
you're more a
Burgundy-
Burgundy guy, perhaps, or?
Big Burgundy. Try to understand why it's so mythical.
And is that because like vineyards are so important for Burgundy wines too? Like your vineyards are so important too for your style of wine, I think. And you don't make one bulk red and one bulk white. You
Nope.
particularly look at the vineyards and the plots and the.
Well, and then I mean in Burgundy they've got many different vineyards, but only one grape.
Yeah.
Whereas here we've got different vineyards and different grapes.
That's
20
yeah,
different varietals.
more exciting.
Even more problems to solve.
So following you on Facebook, I see a lot of wine and food pairing things with your wines. Can you mention one of your most memorable wine and food pairings with one of your wines, perhaps?
A few years ago, we were doing tasting with Wendy, and it was dried tuna.
Oh, okay.
The chef was preparing, and so we brought all the different white wines, and none of them worked very well. But the Grillons, the lightest red,
Okay.
was perfect
For tuna.
for tuna, for dried
On
tuna.
paper, you wouldn't say that would work.
No.
Yeah.
But that was the strangest one. But I mean, what you saw on Facebook, Instagram, etc. Is like the last one has been the orange wine.
Carrots.
And the carrots. Orange food goes really well with
Yes.
orange wine.
So yeah, look at the color. Like
Look at
pink
the color.
food and pink wines will go. Yes, I
Probably.
agree with that. yeah.
Probably.
So we know your profession now for more than 25 years, and I know your background a little bit. But I always ask to people, what would have been your profession if it wasn't for wine? What do you think?
Well, I was going to be a writer.
Ah,
This is much better because you actually do things as opposed to just thinking about them.
yeah.
And I mean, David Lee Roth, the lead singer of Van Halen, at the time said, if I hadn't done this, I would have been pumping gas in a garage. Might have been doing something other than that, but
So writing perhaps,
that,
and not music, because I know you sing.
yeah, but the music is
It's not a
is
profession.
It's very competitive.
Yeah.
you really need to be ambitious or you need to be lucky.
Yes,
Or
to
both.
make a little bit of money too. And with writing, yeah, okay. So we do a quick scan, 10 questions to just finish. It's a bit like Rolling Stones or the Beatles, you know? You
Both,
just give...
both.
okay, both.
Both.
So red or white?
Red or white? White.
White. So blend of monovarietal?
Blend.
Blend for you. Vineyard or cellar?
Today?
Well, where is your place in the whole scheme?
My official place is cellar.
Okay.
I get to
Well,
do
that's a
vineyard a
good
little
area.
bit too, but
Yeah.
my official place is cellar.
So I know all of your wines, but the next question is cork or screw cap?
Oh, cork.
Definitely. And well, this one we've already answered a little bit. Bordeaux or Burgundy?
Burgundy.
Burgundy, definitely, yeah. Barrel or tank? That's an interesting one for you.
Barrels are beautiful. I
Okay.
love barrels. Don't necessarily always like what goes in them, but barrels are wonderful objects. So
Because it's more alive to work with, or what do you think? Or
they,
the
they
effect
feel
is
good,
there?
they look good, they smell good. Tanks are
Just there.
relatively boring.
Fish or meat?
Meat. Meat.
Magnums or regular bottles?
Regular bottles. Regular
That's
bottles.
Incredible. I thought that people would say magnums, of course, for dinner parties or whatever.
It's,
No, but regular bottles is
magnums are
fine.
sexy. Magnums are
Yes,
fun,
yeah.
but magnums are it's just one more thing to think about.
Okay. So young and vibrant or matured and smooth?
Young and vibrant.
Old world or new world? What do you think?
Old world. Old
I
world.
like that. Yeah. Well, thanks for this little interview, and
Yeah.
I think club members of Club Sommelier will be excited to see this, and we'll talk
so.
more about your
Hope so.
wines online. Thank you very much.
Sure.
6 minutes 56.